Hello,
I'm Will.
my name is Chico. Welcome to BullAthletics. So here you can see me doing dynamic warm-up. This warm-up is proven to make you jump higher and run faster compared to static warm-up.
Yeah, static warm-ups, you get good stretching, but the problem is it loosens your ligaments and your tendons to the point where you can easily attain injury during sports. The only static stretch you should use is a static hip flexor. Otherwise, before a workout, don't static stretch. Afterwards, they're great. You have to do them. I recommend 15 minutes every night, 20 minutes every night, static stretch. It's brilliant. But before, do a dynamic. It gets the blood flowing, gets you warmed up, gets you the right amount of stretch.
Yeah, so here we're only showing like dynamic warm-up for your legs, your lower limbs basically. You should be actually doing it for your whole body. So it's a lot of dynamic warm-ups out there. You can YouTube, you can Google it.
I know when I went to a night camp once, and we went to every day a different guy took us to a different dynamic warm-up. There are hundreds out there. They are all good. They're all good for different things. So this is what we've combined and we find really gets us loosened up, warm, and ready to be athletic.
Let's talk about the difference, like the basic differences between like static and dynamic warm-up. So like dynamic warm-up, you do it more quicker, right?
Yeah, so a dynamic, you're moving during the whole thing. You're not standing there holding your pose. Like for instance, upper body, you're not standing there for 30 seconds at a time. You're swinging your arm around in control, but it's fast-paced. As you can see in the videos here, he's stepping forward. It's almost like he's mimicking certain movements, and it's just targeting different areas.
Yeah. So here you can see me, I'm stretching. It's like a quad stretch, but you're basically reaching to the ground. So you target your hamstrings as well. And you do it quick, so that's the difference basically.
And if you watch him, you can see what we go through, and it targets different things. So at the moment, he's still going with those.
So basically this is what we want you guys to start up with every time, especially when you do plyometrics or sprints. The plyometrics is like the jumping. It's very, very strenuous on your body and on your nervous system. So it's very important to be warm throughout, So that's why we have this here.
To be honest, anytime I do any sport, even from weightlifting, I'll dynamic warm up beforehand, just because it's important. It prevents injury, gets flowing.
Yeah. Here you can see hip flexor stretch. You can see me holding it a bit longer, which is what you talked about earlier, right?
Yeah.
The only stretch you should do statically is the hip flexor stretch.
So it's like a lunge. You hold a lunge forwards, thrusting your hips slightly into it.
Yeah.
And you hold that for your 30 seconds, 3 sets on each side.
Yeah.
That's about it really when it comes to that.
Okay, so now we're just gonna try to make the nervous system fire. So that's what you see me doing here, just like jumping up and down from a small height. You want it to be a small height because you want it to be reactive. You want the nervous system to fire quickly. So the higher you get, the harder it gets, and the longer time the nervous system uses to actually fire muscle. So that's why we want to keep it low.
If you can see in the video, he's almost like popping off his toes instead of like jumping, like a solid jump. It's just popping up and down.
Yeah, this is working on the toe off face. I know it looks silly, but it's very it's very good. A lot of ballet dancers do this actually, and as you all know, ballet dancers can jump pretty high. They have the springiness. For the next clip, I think I do like ballet PKs that look even more stupid,
But worrying about how it looks, and it's easy to do that, and it's ballet, and it's not. Some might say it's not sport. It is, and you've got to respect how athletic they can actually be.
Yeah.
Like take your perhaps ego out of it.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah. This is the first exercise. This is a plyometric and a reactive exercise, which makes your nervous system fire. So basically, just have any obstacle in your way, either your body or like some weights or whatever. Basically, jump over him, and as soon as you land, explode up. Okay. And here, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Just
it's important to change the angles, get used to it. It helps for injury prevention because you get used to moving laterally, and obviously in sports, there's very few sports you don't have to move laterally.
Exactly.
You know,
You like when you go for a 2-leg jump in dunk in basketball, you always go like a bit laterally, you know. So you need to be able to reproduce the, as I said, like the sport type movements. Yeah.
the reason I'm not doing it, torn ACL at the moment, just having surgery, so I make a great obstacle.
Okay, so here you can see it's still the same aspects. It's still reactive, still firing the nervous system, but it's like slightly different. So obstacle is on the side or lateral to the box. You jump over laterally and you land and you explode straight up.
And again, this is exactly what happens in sports. The amount of times you have to take a side step and then jump. All these things, you have to move sideways and then explode.
Yeah.
And if you don't train that, to think you can not train something then go do it and be reliable and good at it, it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're basically doing the same thing, but we're working on a single leg type of jump. This is still reactive. This is harder on your joints, on your muscles, on your nervous system. That's why we do it after we've gone with 2 legs, because we're warmer, you know.
It's a natural progression, really.
Yeah. So this is going to help you jump higher off of 1 leg, obviously. And the previous one is going to make you jump higher off of 2 legs. So.
Well, they're both going to make you jump higher, either way.
Yeah.
And they're both important because, for instance, a single leg, you're coming down from a dunk, you land on 1 leg. You know, you've got to build all those muscles and get it used to that action.
Yeah, that's true. I've been doing this for a year now, this program, and I've been playing basketball on a professional level, national level in Norway. So I'm used to these types of movements. So I want you guys to maybe start off with a lower box so you don't get injured, you know? So be careful, guys. Don't go too hard at first, you know? Even though if it's cooler to jump on a higher box, jump from a higher box, it's not cool getting injured, you know? So
no, it's not. The thing is, he can jump a lot higher than that. He can jump on boxes a hell of a lot higher than that.
Yeah.
But it's not about that at the moment. It's about training your nervous system to react quickly, so that when something happens, you can bounce straight up. When you're jumping, quick, you're athletic. You know, everyone, see bodybuilders? I mean, some of the best bodybuilders out there, they've got a massive vertical leap. But it's not quick. It's not, they can't take it into sports in the same way. And that's what you're training for.
yeah, that's true. So this is still working on your single leg athletic movements. You're landing sideways from the box, or lateral, you're jumping up. So still it's going to work on your explosiveness and 1 leg leaping ability. So this is a variation. If you don't have hurdles, you can do this. If you have hurdles, you can put 5 hurdles in a line, and you can basically jump sideways over every 5.
I also think this is good for another reason, because you're going from a depth, you're training your body to react from that impulse.
Yeah. Like after we've done the quick reactions, the depth jumps, we want to finish up with max effort jumps, because basically you can do as many drills and as many plyometric exercises as you want. Yes, you will get results, but to jump higher, you really need to practice the jumping motion. So like if you have access to a court after you've done it, or just like a room with boxes, just do max effort jumps, okay? So do both sides. It's very important because you want to be able to jump off of both feet, especially in basketball though.
Yeah.
Especially in basketball. So yeah, always finish off this day 1 routine with max effort jumps, okay? And here as well, this is max effort jumps, right?
Yeah.
I'm basically doing it with 1 leg instead of 2. So after you've done 2 leg max effort jumps, you want to be doing the single leg. So go both legs as well.
Yeah.
Because especially in basketball, like,
You know, if you're going up, a lot of times you've got to go up with 2 for that stability. If you're going to take contact in the air,
Exactly.
you know, you've got to be practiced at that. Obviously, if you're on the fast break and you're on open ground, go off on 1 leg. It's more athletic, but you got to practice both.
This is day 1. So I want you guys to go out and try it. I want you guys to do the dynamic warm-up. It's very important. I don't want to hear back from you about getting injured and stuff because you didn't do and you didn't emphasize the dynamic warm-up, you know. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please try this out and please let us know like how you felt. Leave a comment.
Yeah, a comment in this thing. Tell us what you thought about it. Tell us how you felt afterwards. We're really interested to hear the feedback. If you liked it, feel free to like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. You know, comment, share it with your friends. let people know we really believe in this program, put a lot of time and effort into it. I hope it works for you guys.
Yeah. Okay, so this is BullAthletics. See you next week.
Cheers, guys.